Why did we spend a whole episode talking about a damn mask?
Right.
Why?
Especially if production was just going to go tell Kyle anyway. Tell her sooner. Move it along sooner.
Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Lori.
We are talking about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 15, Episode number 14, Unmasking the Truth. Oh, boy. Okay,
Boy.
the title works, but honestly, that is a lot. That's a lot for masks. Just going to say that.
Yeah.
The whole episode
Yeah.
was a lot.
It was a lot.
This episode was a lot. I feel like I have different opinions after this. Not majorly different, but different opinions after this episode.
So we start out with the ladies getting dressed and ready to go shopping in Florence.
How about
Kyle
Sutton not having
lends-
her luggage yet?
Yeah,
I know.
So annoying.
I
So
was
annoying.
furious.
I would too,
Especially
but
on a show like that.
She handled it with grace, and she borrowed that
really
dress
did.
from Kyle, and she wasn't bitching and moaning about. Can you imagine if that was Dorit? Can you imagine?
Forget it. No, forget
I would
it.
if it were anybody other than Sutton, I feel like it would be a major deal. Yeah,
I think
Dorit
Kyle would have been okay with it.
I think
Kyle
Tilly
would've-
would have been fine with it.
I do too. And
Here's
Kathy,
my
I mean,
thing, though. You got enough money. Like, if I didn't have my luggage, well, I guess you got to wait. I guess you got to give it like 24 hours.
Yeah.
But I would have been like, I'm in Italy. I make $300,000 a month off of my ex-husband. I'm fucking going shopping.
I'm going shopping
You
like
know?
right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
But I guess you got to give it some time.
Yeah.
yeah,
But she did handle it with grace. I agree.
yes. And the dress that she borrowed from Kyle looked wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And I
From
watched her on
Zara.
the after show. Yes, from Zara. That's Kyle's go-to brand. She was on the after show, and she's like, oh my gosh, I have to return that dress to you, because she still has it. She hadn't returned it yet when she filmed the after show. The next thing we see is Rachel's talking to Dorit about the text that she got from her son.
I'll say something real quick. It's interesting, the differing opinions on social media about how Rachel is handling this situation with her
Yes.
ex-husband and her kids. Have you noticed that? Some people, listen, I feel like I would be like Rachel. Quite honestly, no, I wouldn't be like Rachel. I would feel the way Rachel feels, but I would not be as eloquent and calm about it.
No,
I would
no.
be
Like
a
a
lunatic.
lunatic.
And
Yeah.
unfortunately for my children, they would know that I was being a lunatic. Like, I think she's handling it extremely well and just doing what's best for her kids and sending them off to the hand. I know we'll get there, but people online are basically like, some are
Right.
like, what is her problem? Get over it. Like, now you're going to send your kids off to the Hamptons. Like, you can't control everything. Let them be with their father. Let them deal with it.
They're young.
It's interesting, the differing opinions.
Yeah, I know.
But again, when you're on a show like this and you put your children on, that's part of the problem.
Well,
It's part of the problem. Because
well,
you're
you have
gonna get people are gonna be all in your shit about what you're doing, how you're doing
Sure.
it, what kind of mom you are, what kind of mom you aren't, And I think that's
you're
I
putting
think that's
yourself out there to be criticized for sure.
yeah, and I think that's part of, a lot of people say, oh, Bethany Frankel, she shouldn't be judging her. And I don't think she's necessarily judging her. I think she was giving her a little warning, like trying to warn her about, like, look, like, you're not producing your own show anymore. This is produced by somebody else. They're going to put out what they want to put out, and it's your kids, and things could easily get spun anyway production wants them kind of to get spun. They'll show what they want to show, and I don't know.
And what's interesting about Bethany giving her advice is that Bethany did go through a 10-year divorce
Oh my gosh,
situation.
yes.
Right.
And
Yes.
she was on reality TV for some of that time, and she didn't talk about it. She didn't. She did not talk about it. It was
She
like
didn't.
unspoken.
not.
Like, we're not talking about that. Don't bring it up.
And
Right.
even after it was done, she tried to, after it had been done for a while, she tried to do a podcast about it and like give people advice, and she shut it down. I don't know if she shut it. I think she did shut it down, but I think it may have been because she got backlash from him.
Yeah.
You know,
Bethany is in this situation is probably someone to listen to.
Right.
people don't like
Definitely.
her though. You either
I
like
know.
Bethany or you don't. There is no
I
middle
know.
ground with Bethany. There's no middle ground.
No,
I happen
you're
to
right.
like her.
Me
I've
too.
always liked her, but if you don't like her, you don't like her. There's just no
Mhm.
middle ground with her.
Mm.
Right.
And, you know,
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
I'm just saying, no matter how you slice it, no matter how you look at it, and believe me, I'm a big Rachel Zoe fan. I think she's freaking awesome. And I think the way she portrays herself as a great parent, that's not where I'm coming from. I'm just saying the whole concept of your children being on that kind of venue I just find disturbing. And it's nothing against her. I just find the concept to be
that's interesting because I find that word strong, disturbing. I find that word strong because you
I
don't
think
agree with
Rachel's
it.
having a great first season, but no, I see
Yeah.
what Lori's saying. Um, this is interesting that she chose this time to put her kids on a reality TV show when she is going through a difficult divorce. I'll just use the word difficult because she's making it seem like it's difficult. At
Yeah.
least the situations surrounding her divorce are difficult for her. So that's gonna spill onto your kids, and this is the time you choose to put your kids on a reality TV show? If you choose, because 'cause we've seen housewives in the past choose to go on a show and not have their kids on it. She chose to go on the show. She does have her kids on it.
You
This
know
is
what, though?
the
He had
worst
to sign
probably the
off on
worst
it.
thing that's Oh, no, I know, but this is probably the worst thing that has ever happened to her kids, and now they have cameras in their face. So I
that's
understand
what
what you're
I'm
saying.
saying. That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
No,
sure she
I
sat
know.
them down, and I'm sure she talked to them about it, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll do it." You know, it's
What do they
interesting
know?
timing. What do they know?
No, I totally understand what you're saying. I'm just saying I feel like that word disturbing is a very strong word, but I get what you're saying. Like, it is tough, but like I said, he did have to sign off on it. Those kids are minors, and they cannot
Yeah,
be on camera
yeah,
unless he agreed to it as well.
yeah.
So, and I don't think honestly, I don't see him getting any backlash for that. I only see her getting backlash for that,
Well, of course, because she's on the show and he's
right?
not. But you're
Right,
absolutely right.
exactly.
He's 50% responsible for those kids being on this show right now.
Right. Because if he said no, then it wouldn't have happened, and she could have still been on the show because they wouldn't have not had her on the show,
Right.
No. Right.
right?
She
So
could have been
let's
on the show and not had her kids on for sure. We never see
right.
Dorit's kids, and that could possibly be because PK didn't sign off on it.
Well, sometimes we do because we did see the FaceTime.
Yes, we did see the FaceTime
We
just
did
that
see
little
the
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah,
FaceTime. We
yeah.
do. And with PK, we do see them sometimes, but it's a limited amount. And again,
Yeah.
you know, the father has to sign off on these kids. So I
Yeah.
feel like sometimes we as women, I mean, I myself, I feel like everyone like puts that responsibility on us, but the father's just as culpable, right?
Well, I
Absolutely.
don't think I'm all with that. I don't think it was a great idea for either
Yeah.
parent.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
My
Yeah.
opinion still holds, no matter
Yeah.
who did
Yeah,
it.
no, he's
Yeah.
definitely 50% responsible for them being on the show.
Yeah. Um, I thought it was interesting that while they're out there shopping, Bose and Erica are both wearing leopard prints.
I saw that,
Yeah.
and Bose's dress was, like, dragging 3 feet behind her. I was like, "Girl, what
And
are"
she
Yeah.
is tall.
and she looked great and
And she
everything, but I
is
was
tall,
just like,
yeah.
why are you walking around the city with this fabric just
Dragging
all
on
I
the
the
thought
ground.
dragging in the street?" And I was like, "Well, I don't get it."
Did you
I wrote
notice the
down that
lemons on Jenna Oh, go ahead, sorry.
yeah, I wrote down that Jennifer's dress in yellow with the lemons was fabulous, and she gave me pinup girl look, like she always does.
Yeah,
To be
she
honest
always
with
She
you,
does, yes.
always gives pinup girl.
right? Right?
Always.
I
I
love
Did you
love,
that
I
notice
vibe.
the
love her.
lemons on her sunglasses?
Mhm.
Yes,
She's
yes.
great.
Super cute. Super cute.
And
Always gives pinup.
and Erica and Bose were giving mob wives energy.
Mhm.
Jennifer pointed that out. Then we see Kathy. I know, I definitely like that. Kathy and Kyle and Amanda are in the car together, and Amanda's in the middle again. And A Amanda's like, "Do you guys eat, like, during these dinners, like, when it's tense?" And Kyle's like, "Well, I actually eat more when I'm stressed." And Kathy's like, "Yeah, I do too." And Amanda's like, "Yeah, when the meals get tense," like her
Always with
audible
the sigh.
sigh.
Always with the
The
sigh,
audible
that one.
sigh.
Always with the sigh. I can't.
So then in the car, Jennifer says she's got Erica, Dorit, and Bo. She's like, "I don't understand what's going on with Sutton. Like, why are you sharing a room with Amanda?" And she's like, "What do you think? Like, why is Sutton doing that?" And she's not like, they're not everyone is questioning this. Like, this is, like, the big question. And I'll be honest with you, when Dorit all of a sudden in her confessional was like, "Oh, now I know why she's doing it because, she has ulterior motives." I was like, "On, Dorit. Like, do you really think that?"
I totally agree with her.
I knew
That
you were
she
You
gonna
do?
just
say Kelly. Yeah, I knew it, Kelly. I know it.
Sutton,
I know it.
what's her last name? Brown?
Brown.
Brown. Yes, Sutton Brown.
Wants so badly to be friends with Kyle and Kathy. She will do anything. She'll do anything. When Dorit said it, I'm like, my God, she's so right. She sacrificed her whole friendship with Garcelle to be friends with these women. There's no doubt in my mind. That's exactly. She was like, this will probably put me in a good light with Kyle. I'll room with Amanda.
What do you think, Lori? Do you agree?
Oh, yes.
You do?
I
do.
totally
Okay.
agree.
Yep, I do.
I don't. I don't. So then Rachel, Sutton, and Natalie are in the car together, and Rachel says, "I can't really understand what Amanda's stance is." And she said, "Sutton, like, you're in her room. Like, what do you think?" And she's like, "Well, this morning I went downstairs and I had breakfast with Kyle, and then I came back and she was on her laptop on my pillow." When she said on my pillow, I
Yeah.
was like, ooh, ooh, like that.
Yeah, that was not cool.
No.
So here's the thing, though. I mean, I I
You're okay
understand
with
where
that?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just
Okay.
no, I'm really not.
Okay.
I support Sutton in this, but Amanda, Sutton had like 3 because they showed it. Sutton had like 3 pillows on her bed. Didn't Amanda also? Why did
Enough
she have to
pillows?
take the pillow
Right.
off of Sutton's bed?
Right.
It's something so
Right.
silly, but it's like, why? And she's
Mm-hmm.
talking through it. She's like, well, I hope Sutton doesn't mind. I'm just going to take her pillow. It's like, why?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
not cool.
And Rachel's like, "That just gives me anxiety thinking about it." And I was like, "I don't want anyone touching my pillow either. Don't touch my pillow."
No. And that's your laptop. Like, I don't know where that thing
Yeah.
was on a plane. Like, you've had it everywhere. The germs are probably, ugh.
Yeah, yeah, no, this is not good.
So as Sutton goes on in her confessional, say, like, I wanted to try and help her. And instead, I'm stuck in a room with this woman who's talking about this book that she's writing while she's writing it. Can't we just talk about, like, how cute the Chloe fall line is? Like what we want to buy? Like, can't we just have, like, fun girl talk? Like, she's all about the business. And she is. Like, she does not have one chill bone in her body. Like, not one. Everything is about the rehearsed line that's going to be coming out of her next.
I think that part of it is she's obviously trying to push her business, like, you know,
You
push her
think?
brand. Yeah, I mean, obviously. But
We agree
also,
on
like,
that.
I mean, I guess it's later in the episode, but Kyle says that she does that basically because that's like her defense mechanism because everybody's coming at her. But if you're sharing a room with Sutton, Sutton's not never coming at you.
Right.
Well,
Right.
I guess at her dinner she did a little bit, but like
Yeah, but
Sutton's like
right.
extending the olive branch, like let's room together, let's get to know
Mhm.
each other. So if what Kyle says is true, you would think in that situation she would like let her guard down and be like, okay, all right. But she's still not doing it. So
No,
I
she's
don't think
not.
the whole defense thing
No.
is true.
I already told you, she's way too vested in her business as herself. Her
Yeah.
business
That's
is
her
herself.
personality. Yeah,
Without her
that's her.
business, what are you left with?
Yeah, which is very sad.
Right.
It
Right.
is sad.
It's sad. It's sad because she's a mom and she's a wife or fiance,
Right.
soon to be
Yeah.
wife.
But yeah, exactly. Close enough.
Watching the ladies walk through Florence is hysterical. I don't know if you caught this, but Kyle was like guiding Kathy, like she was arm in arm with Kathy, like kind of helping her walk through.
Amanda
And then
held her arm also. Kathy's
yes.
arm. Wow, wow.
And then they're going to see this statue of David, and Erica says, "Okay, ladies, like, take a look at the cum gutter."
Yeah, I
What?
still don't know what the fuck it means because I'm sorry, I gotta stop cursing. I keep saying that.
That's so
Curse all you want. It's a
I
free country.
am still confused as to because then when when she explains it, I'm like, well, that's not
I'm still not getting it. No,
no because
no, I
she
don't get it.
pointed to like the
the groin.
the
She put the groin.
Yeah,
but
I don't
even
get
above,
it.
yes, but like on the sides. But then when she explained what it is, I'm like, well, that don't make sense. Like
No, I
anatomically,
don't
that was
know.
not right.
Listen, I don't know what's going on. I don't want to know what's going on. I don't wanna know where that came from. I don't know how she came out. I don't
It's
want
a
to
gross
This is
know.
term, quite honestly. It's a
this
gross
is what
term.
I actually loved about it, is how committed she was to it, how strongly
Yes.
she stood on it. Like, this is a
Yeah.
term that she feels that we should all know. Like, what do you mean you don't like
Clearly.
right, like, you don't know this? Having the ladies try and figure it out, like,
Those ladies.
Jennifer's yes. Oh my god,
Like,
Jennifer's like, was
if this were Atlanta or OC, they would have
exactly,
gotten it.
exactly.
They would have gotten it. Understood.
I
Maybe
mean,
Jersey, maybe Potomac, but definitely Atlanta and OC.
And,
Dorit is
that's
asking Siri. Jennifer Tilly's like, "What is it, the penis?" Amanda's like, "Does it mean pubes?" Kyle's like, "Balls?" Like, they have no idea. They
yeah.
just have no idea,
And,
and we
that's
don't either.
that's
We
just
don't either.
that's a copy of David. The real one's in the inside of the museum. That was just like a statue of the copy of David.
Which
Oh my
museum is it
god.
in?
Some museum in Italy, but the
Okay.
original is not hanging outside
Right, for people to vandalize.
for the people to ogle his fig leaf. No, it's
Yeah,
In her confessional, she said, "I don't know this word, and I've been trained by gay men my whole life."
that was funny. Yeah.
She's standing there looking at the statue, and she's like, "Did you see his hands?
yeah, that was
What about
kind
the
of
size of
weird. I
his
was like,
feet?"
okay, Kath. She got into a whole thing. She's like, it
She
went
really
a
did.
whole thing.
She
Like,
really went down a
yeah, I was
I
like,
was
oh,
she really
laughing.
gave us a
okay.
visual of where her head
Yeah.
was at.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Said those big giant feet like the Jolly Green Giant. I was like, "Oh, okay." Okay,
And then
Caddy.
carrying you across the bridge and your thighs are
Yes.
dripping. And
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Like, you don't expect that from Kathy. That'd be like
No,
you
no.
like me saying that. Would you be
Right.
like, "Wendy, are you
Yeah.
all right?"
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. You okay in there?
So then we see them, they're taking pictures, and they're on the bridge, and there's these masks, and Natalie says, like, "Oh, look at these masks. Like, should we get some? Like, who's gonna be the Pinocchio?" And Bose is like, "Amanda."
I
Okay.
totally missed it and I had to rewind it because I didn't
And
even, I
you didn't get
totally,
it?
no, it
Yeah.
flew right by me. I didn't even hear her say it. I didn't even
Mhm.
get it. And then as I'm watching the episode, I'm like, I have to go back. And yeah, I
I
totally
got
missed it.
And it's funny because that was one thing I clocked right away. I clocked it right away, and I was like, when it kept
Well,
coming up over
because
and over
Bose says
again.
Amanda, and you see Amanda like look
Right,
or turn or like
right.
you knew right then and there Amanda heard Bose say her name in reference to a Pinocchio mask.
But I wonder because no one is actually saying what it was. So as the episode goes on, I'm thinking to myself, so if they're all standing there, if Amanda heard exactly what she said, why isn't Amanda saying, "Why'd you call me a liar?" Like everybody's talking about a mask, blah 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 blah,
But
but nobody's saying, "Why'd you call me a liar?"
because what happened is Natalie said, "Who's gonna be Pinocchio?" Those were Natalie's exact words. "Oh, look at these masks. Like, we should all get one. Who's gonna be Pinocchio?" And
Right?
Bo said, "Amanda."
Right?
So, and like you said, Amanda heard it, and in her confessional, she said, "I'm right here." But then when she goes to tell the story in front of the store to Kyle and Natalie, Natalie's like, Amanda's like, "Oh, wait, you were there?" And she said, "Yeah, I was there." But she didn't repeat the Pinocchio part.
All Natalie said was Amanda said, "Did you hear Bose talk about a mask and say my
Yes.
name?" And if you recall, Natalie said, "Yes, I did see that."
Yes.
She didn't
Yes. I
say I
heard
heard
that.
that. She said, "Yes, I did see that."
See that, right.
She said that. But
That's what
either
she
way,
said.
she only admitted to Bose saying Amanda's name. She didn't admit it that it was in
Yes.
reference to the comment that she made about Pinocchio.
Honestly, I don't even understand. All she had to say was, they said, "Oh, there's the
But she didn't-
masks. Who's going to be Pinocchio?" And Bo said
She didn't want to
Amanda.
do that.
That's all she had to say.
Yes. Yes, but she didn't want to admit that. She didn't want to admit that she's the one who instigated it.
But she really didn't instigate anything. She just, I
Hey,
mean,
she's the one that
she
put out
didn't
the
know
snarky
Bose was
comment.
going to say Amanda.
Yeah, Bose could have said it. Anybody, or she could have just
Anybody.
kept her mouth shut.
She put that
Exactly.
snarky comment out there because she was baiting Bose. She was baiting her. Like, who else was going to be Pinocchio?
I think she knew she was going to say Amanda.
Well, who else was she going to say? Was she going to say Dorit? Was she going to say Kyle?
I don't know, but I don't
Thinks that
I
she's fake. Everyone thinks that
was-
Amanda's fake. Like that's the storyline. Is that
Right, that
everyone thinks that
Amanda's
Amanda's
fake.
not authentic and that she's fake. So if you say who's going to be Pinocchio, it's going to be Amanda.
Right. But
this
so
is
why
the
Natalie
moment I
didn't want-
realized this is why Natalie is not going to be a housewife.
Oh,
Because
Yes.
this was her opportunity.
it was a fail.
Yes.
It was
And
a
she
fail.
flopped.
Yes,
It was a fail.
100%,
flopped.
100%.
That's all she had to say. And listen, maybe Wendy's right. Maybe she did bait Bose. Maybe she did say, but listen, we don't know that. All she had to say was, yeah, I said, who's going to be Pinocchio? And Bose said Amanda.
But
She
I
would have
think
had beef with Bose then. But
that's
listen,
the
Bose
problem.
said it. She's a big
Right,
girl.
that's it.
She can
She's a big
handle
girl.
herself.
Right.
Natalie never had to say I baited her, if that's the case.
No, all she had to say was, I said who's going to be Pinocchio. But she didn't want to say that because she didn't want to own her part in it. And that's what
Right.
was frustrating about this whole
And that's
situation.
that. And that's why
And that's
you are
that.
a friend of Natalie.
So,
And you won't ever be anything more than that because you
Nope.
can't own your part in it.
Right.
Nope.
And I don't know that I believe Bose that she don't remember saying it.
She remembers.
I don't think she remembers. Oh, you think she
Come
remembers? You both think she
Come on.
remembers?
Come on.
Listen,
I mean, it was 7 hours prior. I don't remember what I said 10 minutes
Here's the-
ago. You think she remembers 7 hours prior?
maybe she doesn't remember, but her vehemently denying saying it, her
The
not
thing is-
even saying to herself, maybe I
They
said
didn't
it.
give her the context. Nobody ever gave her the context.
You're right. You're
if they
right.
gave her the context,
But
she would have remembered it, but
Bose
they
is a
didn't give her the
very smart
context.
woman.
They didn't give her
Bose
the
is a
context.
very smart woman.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
She
think
buy
she
it.
remembered
can't
it.
sit there and say, absolutely, I
remembered it.
didn't say it. Maybe she doesn't remember, but she can't sit
That's what
there
she
and
said.
say,
No, that's what she said. I don't
Absolutely.
remember. She said, I don't remember saying it. And that's the thing. If they had given her the context, who's going to be the Pinocchio mask? Oh, yeah, I said Amanda. She would 100%, she would have owned it. But they didn't give her the context. They just said,
I'll be honest with you, I don't know if
They
she
did
would've
say
owned it. That's
mask.
what I'm saying.
They
My
did say
opinions are
mask.
a little different now.
They did say mask. I mean,
but there was
Yeah.
other masks there. There wasn't only a Pinocchio mask.
right, but that
But
was the
Wendy,
only.
if you had a conversation with somebody about a specific mask and
Right.
they're talking about a mask, it wouldn't jog your memory to be like, oh shit, you're right, I did say Amanda. Bose is not stupid.
She's not
She's a very
stupid.
smart girl. She
She's not
maybe
stupid.
she didn't remember it when they first brought it up, but I'm sorry, by the time they got to dinner that night, that woman should have remembered that she said Amanda's name. Wait, she could have asked a producer, and a producer would have said, yeah, you said it. She knew by the time they got to that bikini dinner, pool party dinner,
that
that
bikini
she
dinner.
said it.
Yeah, I don't think she did. I'm still standing by my thing. I feel like if they said the word
Damn,
Pinocchio,
I
I
can't take it, man.
I know.
You
It's
are.
okay. It's
too
all right.
much.
It's all right. We'll get through it. We'll get through it. I feel like if they said the word Pinocchio, she would have clocked it. She'd be like, oh my God, yeah, Pinocchio. Okay, yeah, I called Amanda
You don't think
Pinocchio because I
Mask
think she's
should've-
fake. Nope. I don't. I think it's too, I think it's,
I think you're giving Bose way too much credit. Way
That's
too
just
much
me.
credit.
this is
I
the
think
beauty of this.
Bose
We could,
Has a
this is the
thing
beauty.
with Amanda, and that's that.
And that's it.
Listen, I think they all have a thing
And
with
Bose
Amanda.
had a
but that's
great
regardless.
first
Like,
season. Everybody loves Bose, so she's like, "Fuck it, I can say and do whatever I want." That's what I think. All right, let's see
Okay,
how
so-
it plays out.
all right, so then they're in Florence, and Kyle's like, okay, there's Hermes, there's Prada, there's Bottega. Sutton says, like, no, Bose says, we're going to have to split up. Like, we're going to have to split up. And Sutton is talking to Bose and Jennifer, and they are on their way to Dolce because Sutton has arranged for a private appointment for the three of them. But the whole store is closed, and she couldn't get anybody else in there. That I don't get, but okay. All right. I don't get that.
Well,
What
what
do we
Bose
know?
said,
What about famous rich people?
she said
Bose didn't even buy
I
anything,
mean,
by the way. She walked out with nothing.
that was my point. Bose says the expectation of this is that you will spend as much money as they would have made if the doors were open to the public. Well, Bose, out of the three of them, was the only one who walked out without a bag.
Absolutely. I said the same thing.
I wonder.
Did she buy something and have it shipped? Maybe
No.
she
No,
had
what do you
something
wonder?
shipped directly to her
No,
house.
she didn't
No.
buy anything.
No.
We would have saw it if she bought something.
I think that
I feel like
there's.
we would have.
I feel like Dolce & Gabbana is Bose's style. I'm going to just say
No,
that.
I don't. And I think that
Although that when her and Jennifer came out in the same printed dress in different styles, I thought they honestly both looked fabulous. I
Yes,
did.
they
I
did.
agree.
But I thought they
I
both
agree.
looked fabulous.
I kind of think, and I could be totally wrong, but I kind of think Bose was like, okay, close the store, give me the champagne,
yeah.
and I'm still not buying anything.
Yeah. Oh no, I agree with that. I totally
Really?
agree
On
with that.
purpose?
Yeah, kind of.
No, because I don't really think Dolce & Gabbana is. I don't think that's her style.
I know,
don't
but
think
my
that's her
God, buy a
style.
pair of sunglasses. You're the one who said it.
No.
The
No.
expectation is
No. But she didn't set the appointment, and she's not
buy
conforming to
something
that
for your
expectation.
daughter.
Nope.
Do you
Nope,
think
she's
they
not doing that.
didn't know, so they didn't know?
Who didn't
Like
know?
Bose and Jennifer Tilly didn't know that Sutton had set this up?
I don't think they knew until she told them.
Okay. And Jennifer Tilly's just so cool. She's like, whatever, I'll buy whatever.
Well, Jennifer Tilly is Jennifer Tilly, she wants to match. She wants to get the purple glasses to match the purple dress, and she wants to get the leopard print shoes, and that's what she's going to do because she can.
Right. I mean, but Bose
Right?
can too, obviously.
But I don't think it's Bose's style. I don't think it's her
Right.
style.
And I get that. But
And she's not gonna
being
just
that
do it.
She's the one who made the comment.
Nope.
Right. But
She's not going to do it
she
for that.
made the
She's not the one who
comment
made
that
the appointment.
expectation is.
But
So,
that's what I'm saying to you. I think it was a kind of that is what the expectation is. And she was
so
like,
she
well,
just
that may
wasn't
be
going to
your
do it just to not do it.
right. That may be your expectation, but that doesn't mean that that's what I'm
I'm
going to
not
do.
Okay.
conforming. I'm not conforming
it.
to this.
Right.
Got it.
I'm gonna have my champagne and I'm gonna enjoy myself. But there's nothing really here that I want to buy, so I'm not
not
gonna
doing
buy it.
Got
Right. I think I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. I agree
Okay.
with you.
it. Okay.
So Kyle and Kathy and Erica are really looking for Bottega. Really looking for it. And we do see in Kyle's confessional, she does get her Bottega bag that nobody else has. And it is a fabulous looking bag. I don't actually, do we know how much that, I don't even know if we know how much that was, but
It was, I really like, me and black bags, but I
I
really
know.
liked that bag.
Oh my God, it was gorgeous.
That was a nice bag.
It was.
And it's kind of sad that she's so into the fact that nobody else has it. I want to just be glad that
Yeah.
you're able to buy it at all.
I thought the same thing.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's interesting.
yeah,
I
was
didn't think
just
that.
like, yeah, like, okay, what are you in high school? Just for God's sake.
No,
Well,
it's so funny you
very
guys are both
clear
saying
that
that.
at that level, Wendy and I just read Lisa Rinna's book, and so did cousin Gina, and there's a little bit of that in there as well. I think when you get to that level of wealth, that is what it becomes. And I agree with you. I think it's sad because to
Yeah, like-
me, the whole point, like, I don't care. Like, God bless both of you for everything you have.
Right.
I just want what I want. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I
No,
don't care
like,
if you have it or not. Like if I have that money and I want it, I'm gonna buy it. I don't give a
I
shit
don't
if
care if
anybody
you
else
have
has
it or not. Like, yeah, but
it was
I
just
agree with
very-
you. I
it
think
was
it's
totally
sad that-
very
different.
juvenile thing.
No, but I see it totally
course
different
you do.
because I know. This is why we do this together. We all have different opinions.
God.
So this is how I see this because this was my mindset when I was younger and growing up. I don't want to have what everybody else has. I want to have something different. I don't want to be following the trend. I want to be the trendsetter. I don't want what the masses have. I want something different, and it's not about the cost of it. And you guys
So
are both thinking it's about
I
the
agree
cost
with
of
you
it.
there, but I don't think that's where Kyle's coming from. I think that Kyle wants I think that Kyle having something that nobody else has means that perhaps they're a little envious of her or
No,
they're
I don't see
looking.
it that way. I so
I
don't see it
totally
that
do.
way. Because that's honestly, like I said, that's how I feel. Like, I don't want like, if everybody is on this one fad, I don't want that. I want something different. I want to be the trendsetter. I want something that other people don't have. I don't wanna just be, the sheep following everyone blindly. That's how
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no,
see
me neither, but if I
but I
like
could I
something and
could
somebody else
never.
has it, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get it. I'm not gonna not get it because somebody else I know has it.
Again, like that I agree. I'm not gonna not get it because somebody else has it, but I'm not gonna
Yeah.
want it as much if everybody else
Right,
has it.
no, of course not. No,
I'm gonna
of
want
course not.
something that is my own and is unique.
See,
I
I
don't know.
I I
That's
only I only want what I like, and I could give a rat's ass
Right,
if
if
everyone
about
somebody
has
else
it.
has
if
it.
I could so care less. Care
Listen,
less.
when all of us have Kyle's wealth,
Honey?
we'll have this
Yeah,
conversation.
there we go.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm here for it. I'm
yeah.
totally here for it. And
Me
I'm gonna be
too.
go picking the
Let's
weird thing that
manifest.
nobody
Let's
else
call Amanda and see how we can manifest that.
Oh my
Let's call her.
god, no,
Yes, let's call
no.
her.
I don't wanna call her. So, then we see Kyle, Amanda, and Natalie, they're all heading over to the Bottega store. This is when Kyle says, well, she's walking over, "I'm still processing what you said," and her and Natalie and Amanda have that whole conversation about the Pinocchio thing. And then they get there, and Kyle said, like, before they got there, she's like, "There's no," because Natalie said, "I think she was just being funny." And Kyle's like, "There's no way you could spin that into a funny joke." I did think that this was odd. I think that the whole time that Kyle kept saying that this can't be funny was odd because even when Kathy said it in the car, Kathy's like, "Well, I mean, if she was just being funny," and Kyle's like, "Well, do you wanna be the butt of the joke?" I do think that Kyle was really riding hard for Amanda in this situation, and I don't know why.
Well,
I'm looking at
but think about the conversation that Sutton and Kyle had with Amanda that morning where they were like, "You should basically be more angry with Dorit than you are." This is Kyle
Stir, stir, stir.
have this
Stir,
is
stir, stir.
Kyle having a soldier, as Dorit put it.
mm.
I 100% agree with this. I think Kyle wanted Amanda on the show because Kyle knew that she was Amanda's only
Ally.
alliance. Yes. And she can't say or do certain things because she's Kyle. She's beloved Kyle. And she wanted somebody to. I don't think Kyle is, I'm going to get heat for this, is as manipulative as LVP was when she was on the show because she was Bobby Fischer. But I think that Kyle has some ulterior motives with having Amanda on the show, and she's gonna ride hard for Amanda because she wants Amanda to fall in line.
Actually don't think you're getting heat for that because I think a lot of people agree with you. I think a lot of I don't agree with you, but I think a lot of people do. I personally don't think that that's the case. I think that and, this is just me. I think that Kyle really was trying to be welcoming to Amanda, and she felt like everyone was piling on her. That's what I
But
think, and
is
I
it
know
in
that
Kyle's typical behavior to encourage someone to be more amped up than they are about a certain situation, like she was with Amanda and Dorit? I don't think it's in Kyle's personality. I don't think we've really ever seen Kyle do that. I mean, she was really pushing Amanda to be more angry at Dorit than she was at that when she, Sutton, and Amanda were all sitting outside talking in
Outside,
that morning.
absolutely she did. Absolutely
She
she
was,
did.
I mean, really pushing her and
She was
pushing her.
pushing it.
And then I know we'll get to it, but the way she was going at Natalie, I mean, I don't know if we've I don't know if we've seen this side of Kyle before.
But this is my question. Okay, so they're at the door of the store. Kyle brings up the whole thing. Natalie's, tell me what you were talking about before with the mask. If Amanda heard the exact conversation and if she heard everything other than just hearing her name, why did Amanda not turn around at that moment and say to Natalie, okay, so it was when You asked about a Pinocchio mask,
Right.
and Bose said, "It was me." Why didn't she It made no
Wait,
sense to
why
me.
didn't Amanda say that?
Yes.
I
Why
don't
didn't
think Amanda
Amanda
heard
be like
Natalie ask the question.
You think just
I think
Amanda heard her
all Amanda
name
heard was
was her
Bose say her
name.
name, so
That's what
she
I think
doesn't
too.
know the context.
That's what I think too. Because I was thinking to myself, okay, if she heard this whole conversation, why isn't she just calling it out that you brought up Pinocchio and both said my name
Yeah.
That's
and
so
called
I
me
don't
a
interesting
think
because
she
liar?
heard Natalie ask that question. It was up
Yeah,
to
okay.
all right, so
Natalie to clarify this, and she did not. She dropped the ball.
well, that's very interesting because I'm gonna like my when I was watching that, that's what I said. I was like, why do they not just say the whole Pinocchio thing? Like, why is that not ever said? Because even Kyle doesn't say it. Kyle kept saying to Natalie, what was so funny that Bo said Amanda's name? I'm like, why are they not saying Pinocchio? Because that's what it was in context to. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why was that
Natalie was the
never
only one who
said?
knew the context. I think Natalie was the only one who knew because, the picture was like Amanda, Kathy, Kyle, like they
Yeah,
weren't, I don't think they were close enough to hear Natalie have said who's going to be Pinocchio. All Amanda heard, and it was her
Was her
name.
was
name.
her
So,
you know,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay,
like
now I'm getting it.
if it
Do
were
you agree
anybody
with
else's
that,
name, she
Lori?
might not have clocked it.
Do you think that
That's what
that's
I was
true, Lori?
thinking. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, okay, so Amanda just must have heard just her name. Because if not, why wouldn't you come out and be like, the whole, even later on, why wouldn't you be like, okay, Bose, what the point is, you're calling me a liar. You're
Right.
equating me with
You said I'm
Pinocchio.
fake. Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it was never, no one ever, like, really said that. So I'm thinking, well, why isn't no one saying this? And I was
Well,
like,
that's what
If
I
you
thought.
remember, all of
That's
those
what I thought.
masks had the long nose.
"Hmm, a
It's
lot
not
of
like
them
there
do,
were
yeah.
different masks there. So Natalie even asking who's going to be Pinocchio was kind of a stupid question because they were all Pinocchio-ish masks. So Amanda knows that Bose said her name. Natalie said something about masks. So Amanda's putting it together that she said her name and there were Pinocchio masks. But I don't think at this point Amanda knew that Natalie had asked the question, who's going to be Pinocchio?
So this makes sense to me what you're saying because that the whole time I'm watching it and even when they keep bringing it up over and over and especially at the end I'm like why is nobody saying
Saying
Pinocchio like
Pinocchio
Because
liar. Right.
Natalie is not giving the
like
context. Bose
it didn't
certainly
make
isn't gonna give
sense
the
to me.
context.
Right. So I don't think
And
Bose knew it. I don't think that's what I'm saying to you. I don't think Bose knew it because I don't if someone said to her Pinocchio, I think it would have triggered her to be like, "Oh yeah, I said that." But if you're just saying masks, okay, yeah. I mean, why would I say Amanda's name? But if you said Pinocchio, then she would have remembered it. So I
I
understand what you're
still
saying
think the
now,
word
Kelly.
masks should have triggered
I don't, but
Bose to be like, "Oh, shit, that's right. She asked who's gonna be Pinocchio, and I said
And
Amanda."
I said Amanda.
But I also don't think that Bose would have admitted in that moment either, because
I
even
think
on
she
the
would have.
after show, she kind of doubled down.
I
I
didn't
don't
see
know.
that.
I
You
saw
did?
a different side of Bose in this episode,
Mhm,
and I didn't like it.
mhm.
I just think, first of all, the fact that this episode was so much about the stupid damn Pinocchio mask. I mean, seriously, like we wasted an entire hour of our lives. And what
Absolutely.
did we get? Like, what did we
Nothing. We
get?
never get that hour back.
We're not getting it back.
But it's
People
Damn
are
just
it.
saying that they're not happy with this season. I
yeah,
personally don't mind it, but
right.
people are
But
saying
I
they're not
don't know
happy with
but
it.
I don't know why anybody thinks that it should just be something that's kind of blown off. If you fucking called me Pinocchio, I'd be pissed
Yeah,
because you're
I
calling
agree.
because you're
You're right.
calling me a liar. Like nobody should be trying to be like, "Oh, well, she was just being funny." No, it's not funny. It's not
No, you're
funny.
right. You're
It's
right.
not
Nobody wants
funny.
to be called a liar or
No.
fake.
Right. I can see why they think she's fake. I'm not saying whether she's fake or not, but
No, she is fake.
I'm just
I think she's
saying
fake.
I wouldn't dig it if somebody said it to me.
Right. Right.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. This is what annoyed me about this whole episode is that so much of it was about this stupid
Pinocchio.
mask and the Pinocchio and how who said what and who heard what and the camera doesn't lie. I'm like, "What?"
Well, you're right because if somebody said if somebody had said right away, it's like if Woody would have went to the police right away, none of this would have ever happened. You know that Woody Woodpecker episode? I'm a huge Woody
Yes.
Woodpecker episode.
Yes.
But
I know
if
exactly what you're talking about.
So if somebody would have said, Natalie said, look at the masks, who would be Pinocchio? You said Amanda. Okay, go.
Right.
It's like
Exactly.
nobody said that.
Right.
Right.
No one was
And
saying.
that's
Right.
why we had an hour-long episode of it was like a Three's Company episode.
It was bad. It was so bad.
Yeah,
was really bad.
This probably was the worst episode this season.
Yeah.
Because of the Pinocchio
I totally
mask.
agree because of that whole Pinocchio thing. I get the fact that Bo said, like, whether I said it or not, like if she had a problem with something I said, she should have asked me at the time. I totally agree with
Right.
that. I do agree with
But
that.
you're right, because in that moment, if Amanda had gone right, if Woody would have went right to the police, if Amanda had gone
Exactly.
right to Bose in
to
that
Bose.
moment, and
Right.
Natalie was standing there, it would have been
Right.
instant.
But say Amanda
making a show.
what if Amanda only did hear her name? What's she gonna do? Go up to Bose and say, "Why'd you say my name?" Like,
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Say that.
I just heard you mention my name. What's the context?
What was it in reference to?
What are
what
we
were you talking
talking
about?
about? I don't think there's
Right.
anything wrong with that. It's going
Yeah,
to
let me
cause a little
clarify it.
conflict, but that's why
Right.
we're on a show, right?
right.
Right.
No, you're right.
Oh.
You're right. If they would have done, if Bose is right, if Amanda would have
Yes.
went right to her in that moment,
Right.
none of this would have ever happened. We would have been watching a whole different episode.
Mm-hmm.
Not about Pinocchio.
Not about-
Yeah. Yeah. It's so true. So
I'm going to tell you
let's
something
skip
funny
over that
about Pinocchio. So you know in the story of Pinocchio, how he gets taken to the island of Pleasure Island. He gets
To
taken to
Epstein.
Pleasure Island.
Epstein's Island.
Epstein Island.
Exactly. And,
I actually don't think
the-
it's Pleasure Island either. I don't think that's it.
I think it might be.
I
We'll
think it
fact
might
check
be.
that. We'll
That's
fact
how
check that.
That's how messed
But-
up Disney can be.
Exactly.
God.
Lampwick is the bad boy that Pinocchio meets, and they start shooting pool, and they're drinking beer, and they're smoking cigars. So when my kids were little and they used to sleep at my mother's house, my mother would like let them stay up late and give them candy and all that. And Eric used to call her Lampwick.
That's great.
That's so funny.
That's great.
It's good stuff.
Gosh. So they're done shopping. They're on their way back.
Wait.
Okay.
Erica getting pissed at Dorit. I
Yes.
was like, I know that Dorit's annoying with her lateness and her blah, blah, blah. But I think there was like this weird thing. Like, I think Erica was pissed that she couldn't buy nothing.
No, I think she was pissed that she's continuously late. And
But
You
I
know,
mean, like, how she's.
I'd be pissed too.
The lady can't ring her up any faster. I mean, she's
And
at the
it
register.
wasn't like,
No, she
I don't
lost.
know,
Wasn't she stumbling to get her passport or something? She asked her for something and she didn't have it.
Yeah.
yeah. And the thing is like, I don't know if
But
production
Erica
screwed
didn't
up,
buy
but
anything.
it didn't
Erica didn't
seem
buy
like it
anything.
was taking that much. Like, okay, they were walking out of the store and she was checking out.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
It wasn't like.
Unless they were waiting a half hour for her to be ready to check out, but production didn't show that to us.
Yeah.
No, they didn't
I'm
show
going to say
that.
something,
And honestly,
and Wendy's going to think I'm crazy. I do think Erica's getting fed up with the whole Dorit being late thing, but Erica also likes to be in Kyle's good graces.
And then
think.
I thought, well, you know what? Maybe Erica really can't buy anything because she's in
she can't buy anything.
a legal situation, and you can't be like dropping
Those
bills
bankruptcy
buying
trustees
shit
have their
when you're in-
eyes on her.
when you're in like a legal proceeding like that. But I was just like, I don't know. And I'm not like some huge Dorit fan. I'm not defending Dorit, but I was just like, really? Like, unless there's something production's not showing, I was like, just fucking
Right.
leave then. Be like, all right,
Right.
we'll see. Well, we're going to what do you call it? Me to Sarah. That's all. That's what
Well,
big
that's
girls
because
do.
the rest of them did that. Like, even like Kathy went off on her own and was like, I'll call you. Like, the
Yeah,
rest of them
well,
did that. So
well,
it's
you
well,
not
that's
like,
what she said. I mean, Erica said she'll find us, but I do think that there is more to it, and I do think that she even said, like, the night before, I had to go get her when we're all waiting to go into the opera. Like, she's annoyed. She's,
Yeah,
like, at her
that
wit's
was
end.
yeah.
They were waiting at the airport for her. Erica said she was stressed about the whole situation. Like,
Yeah.
Erica is up to here with Dorit being late and not taking accountability for it.
Mhm.
Whether it's what's going on in her life or it's that
not,
she
yeah.
just can't get her shit together. She doesn't apologize for it. She's entitled and she's aggravated. She doesn't respect other people's time. That's what it comes down
And
to.
I don't blame her because
I
I'm
don't
not the most
either.
punctual person, but that's, like, out of control how she is, Dorit.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
it's
totally
how
out of
Lisa
control.
was on Miami. Thankfully, not anymore. She got a time management person, but it's
Right.
annoying. Like, I'm sorry. The
Maybe
fact that you
Dorit
even
needs her
got
number.
glam to get on a
She does.
plane to go to the
Yes.
Hamptons at 3 a.m. Like,
That's
Right.
girl, nobody was
stupid.
Get your
waiting for
priorities
you
straight.
at that airport.
Right.
And who cares if they were? You can't be seen without glam? Like, now I
Right.
feel
You
bad for
can't do
you.
your own makeup.
Right. Throw
Yeah.
some tinted moisturizer on, put some mascara on, and you're good to go. You got the fillers, you got the Botox.
Right, you're
not
young
that
enough.
old. You'll be fine. Exactly. It's not like me right now. I
Yeah.
have nothing
No, you don't need anything. What do you need?
ever.
You're
I
fine.
don't even care. I'm going Pamela Anderson now.
There
That's
you go.
perfect. That's
Mhm.
perfect. So they all do their shopping. We see all their totals, blah, blah, blah. In the words of Lori, blah, blah, blah. In the car on the way back, they start talking about Amanda. And Erica and Sutton and Bose are in the car and Jennifer. And it comes up about, Erica's like, it was really good how she explained last night about the cult. And Erica said, like, at least we have a story like at the how, the when, the where. And Bo's like, yeah, but we still don't know why she left. And then she's like, oh, Erica said, well, let's ask ChatGPT. I'll be honest with you. I just was like, we're going there?
I mean, what do you mean we don't know why she left? She felt like she was in a situation where somebody else was trying to control her.
Right.
That's why she left.
That's why
Whether
she
you
told you why
believe
she
it's a
left.
cult or not, that's what her situation was. So she wanted to leave. Who cares why she left? She wanted to leave and she left.
Well, I will say that I saw online and I did check Google about this. Like, there's a lot of people that think that she wasn't actually in a church cult, that she was actually in a rehab.
Rehab, yeah, I've seen that.
Because
Yeah,
of a
I've seen
DUI.
No.
And that those rules that she was required to follow are rehab rules. And if
Yeah, I
you
did
Take a
see
little
that.
while.
if you look on Google about that, that is one of the theories.
Yeah, I've seen
So
that.
right? I do
Yeah.
think that there's more
So
to
maybe
the
somebody
story.
knows this, like a producer, and they're encouraging the girls to dig a little deeper.
I don't
Wouldn't
think you
that
have to
make
dig that
sense?
deep.
Yeah,
I don't think you have to dig that deep.
Yeah, like, I don't think Dorit did this big, deep dive. It's
No,
all
I don't
out
either.
there.
But I'm
It's all
saying
out
maybe
there.
somebody encouraged like Erica to do the whole ChatGPT thing.
Sure, you know how they are.
Yeah. So when they do the ChatGPT thing, it comes up that there was no credible evidence that she was ever a part of a cult. What it says is number of criticisms and controversies. Multiple posts accuse her of misleading content, high prices. Several users have raised concern about her branding and coaching style. That's her business. That's when Sutton speaks up and said, listen, I don't like the bashing of the business stuff. And Erica and Bose are like, girl, like, what are you talking about? I was like, I kind of agree with her. Like, if you don't agree with what she says, that's fine. But why are you bashing her business? Like, I know you chat GBT'd it, but this is her livelihood. And if she did that about you,
It would not
what
be
would she
good.
find? Right? But then Erica said, oh, I've chat I've already done me. It says like, I might just call me Escobar.
Yeah, I love
And
her.
I know. And Jennifer's like, I don't want to ask ChatGPT. I was like, I don't want to ask ChatGPT about me either. I don't know what it's going to say.
Right.
Well, now I'm kind of
I
curious.
don't
I
know.
might do it when we log off.
Okay, well, there
Ask
you go.
ChatGPT about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we see Rachel and Dorita talking about like what they purchased. And Rachel says, she got this and she got that and she got the boys' Gucci bracelets. And then Dorit tells Rachel that Bo said that Kyle said that she was concerned that she was manic. And Rachel's like, haven't you always been late? And Dorit's like, literally. And also is the spending money. Like, don't talk to me about spending money. Like, you have no idea what I spend. And Rachel's like, well, if someone called me manic, I would be bothered by that.
That was a bad word for Kyle to use. That was a
It
really
was
bad
a
word for
bad
Kyle
word.
to use.
They are
And
not letting that go.
And
They're not letting
OCD
that
was
go.
not a good word either. That
Yeah.
she said that too.
So then Dorit said, I think I'm going to come down for dinner later with my 4 Gucci bags and say, hey, I want to show everyone what I got. I was like, oh, I mean, she didn't. Thank God.
Yeah. I liked when Rachel said your friendship just isn't working right now.
Right.
And
Exactly.
that's
And
the
it's
best
not.
thing she
It's
could
not.
say. It's just
Yeah.
not working right
It's
now.
just not.
It's like
Yeah.
any other relationship that you might have. Sometimes it
Right.
just doesn't
It's not.
work.
Right.
No, it's not working. So they get back to the house, and Sutton's clothes finally arrive.
I
And
loved that
this,
wine colored dress she wore. I thought she
Yes,
it was
so
looked
pretty.
beautiful.
very nice in that dress.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was a pool party until like Amanda's like, you and I
I
are
don't
going
think
to 2
anybody
different
else did
parties.
either.
Bose did.
Oh,
You don't think Bose
Bose
knew?
did.
Rose
She
did.
is fit.
Yes, she is. She
Have you
looking
seen
good.
her
Damn.
workout? Have you ever watched her workout on Instagram? Oh my God. I
No.
have watched her workout on Instagram. She is a beast. I am not even
Really?
lying. That,
Oh, I'm
oh
gonna
boy,
follow her. I thought I did follow her. Why don't I see it?
I don't know. She watched her workouts. Holy shit. She is solid. She is solid and strong.
You can tell,
100%.
man. She's really fit.
She 100% is fit. I'm envious of her fitness, to be honest with you, as I sit here in my fluffy blanket.
Yeah. I love how
Drinking.
people they were asking Rachel Zoe if she has her bathing suit on. She's like, no, I'm not swimming.
No, and Erica's like, I can't get in the pool. I have to wash my hair. I don't know. There's chlorine in there. It might turn it green.
Right.
Jennifer's like, you're never going to see me in a swimsuit, but you may see me get in a pool naked, but you're not going to see me in a swimsuit. I was like,
She's
okay,
so
Jennifer.
funny. He's great.
Then you see Kyle's getting pissed. She's like, all right, where's the pizza? Like, where's Dorit? Like, I don't blame her because when Dorit finally does show up, it's 11 p.m. They haven't eaten
That's
dinner
great.
yet.
I
Like,
could
these
never live
women
like
are
that.
on.
But why
I don't
anybody
even-
waits around for her dumbass? I don't know.
I totally
I don't-
agree.
Just do what you
serve
gotta
the
do,
food,
and
dude. She's not,
yeah.
serve the food.
She's got to eat it cold. That's her problem. I would
That's
not be
right.
waiting. I would not be waiting to
wouldn't
do
either.
anything. No.
I wouldn't either. And I think that's where the tension comes in because they are waiting for her and she is holding them up. But I
Hey,
think
you're
that's all on
enabling her.
production.
Yeah.
I think that's on production. I think that
Yeah.
they want to make everyone pissed off
Of
because
course.
it makes for good TV.
Yep.
Yep.
And they want people to be hungry and hangry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this goes back to when Teddy was on the show and she did that weekend, accountability weekend, and Dorit was
Yes.
taking photo. Remember? This goes way back to
Yes.
then.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So the pizza comes out. Amanda's sitting there waiting for her gluten-free pizza. Everyone's eating. Amanda's still waiting for her gluten-free pizza. It finally comes. Bose asks, like, how's everyone doing? And Rachel said, well, everyone's like, okay. And Rachel's like, well, I had a very hard personal day. And Jennifer's like, well, what's going on? She's like, well, some stuff with my kids and my ex. But I sorted through it. Like, they're going to the Hamptons to see my family. And then Sutton feels the need to say, like, I don't know why. Listen, I feel like this again was producers. Like, because Sutton to all of a sudden jump in here and say, listen, I feel like there's a lot of like bits and pieces going around, a lot of like rumors. We talked with Amanda and I said to Amanda and Kyle, we said like this investigatory thing. I don't even think that's a word. Is that a word?
I don't
believe
think it
it
is
is.
either.
I think it's a word. I think it's a word.
You do?
I do.
All right. She said she would be pissed. I would be pissed also. But Dorit said, like, by the way, little missy. Okay, well, that was a little aggressive.
Yeah.
And Kathy said, by the way, Nancy Drew. I love that when Kathy chimes in, it's just like, okay.
Yeah. I think that Sutton has called Dorit Missy in the past.
Oh, is that where it
think
came
so.
from?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Okay.
She's throwing it back at her.
I
Okay. I
think
was
so.
like, where's that coming from?
I think the Missy is a Sutton thing.
Yeah,
'Cause
Okay.
it's like a Southern.
I think so. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty
No, but I
sure.
think you're right.
Okay, that makes sense then. Because I was like, where is
Yeah.
this coming from? But that does make
Yeah, because
sense.
Dorit doesn't normally talk like that.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't. So Dorit said, when you turned up at Kyle's house and you put out your hand and like you said, like, like let's squash this. And she's like, I want to give this a shot. And she's like, then we started to move forward. And then I hear today that out of the blue, you're talking shit about me again. And Sutton's like, how am I, like, she was like, how am I talking shit about you? Oh, about the about the investigator stuff, like you did some investigation. Then they go back and forth about this. So Sutton's like, how was I talking shit? And Dorit said, well, you said I did a Google deep dive. Sutton's like, I didn't say deep dive. And then they play it back and Kathy said deep dive. Dorit said, oh, it's called Google. Like when you watch it back, it was like everyone said a little bit and piece of it, but Dorit's putting it all on Sutton, and that is not what happened. Like Sutton didn't say that.
No.
No, Dorit said it's called Google. She did Google
Right.
her.
And
Right.
deep dive came out Kathy's mouth.
Kathy's mouth, right.
Right.
But Dorit was putting them both together and putting it on Sutton. And that's not what happened. Like, that's not how it happened. Okay. And then Dorit's like, okay, well, then what did you say? And Sutton said, well, I thought what was really bothering me was that she didn't have a reaction. So then Amanda jumped in and she said, I have some things to say. And Bose is like, well, let her speak for herself. And she said, I resent the idea of being calm and centered and grounded and emotionally regulated is fake. She's like, I don't feel safe at the dinner table. You don't feel safe at the dinner table.
She is
And
like
she's
a
like-
high schooler with all these like trigger words.
She really is. Yeah.
The verbiage causes an issue. The
for sure.
verbiage is what really annoys people.
You
Mhm.
see it on their
It's the
faces.
verbiage. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Erica said, well, there's also a level of opening up and having tough conversations. And Rachel said, well, that's if you want to be in the conversation. And Erica's like, yeah, right. But then she said, Kyle, I see you over there, because Kyle's got this look on her face. She's like, I know you know what I'm talking about. And Kyle said, yeah, no, I just think this is a lot. And at this point, I agree. Like, this is a lot. Like, what are we
Yeah.
talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Amanda's there saying she doesn't feel safe. Rachel said, well, I think emotionally safe is a trigger word. And Kyle said, yeah, I also think it's generational.
Mm-hmm.
She's a lot younger than us. And Dorit said, please. Rachel said, she's not 25. I said, it's a millennial expression. And Amanda said, yes, it's a millennial phrase.
I love how Dorit said it's a childish phrase that has no bearing on anything. I kind of think she's
Yeah.
right.
It's, I think that Kyle looks at Amanda like Farrah, but Farrah is much younger than,
Is she,
Farrah
though?
is
I mean,
not-
I think she's in her 30s, right?
yeah, but
Yeah, but
come
Amanda's
on.
in her
I mean,
40s.
She's 40. She's just 40. She's just 40. So Erica said, if you think that anything you've gone through in the last 6 weeks is like anything that these women have gone through in this group, you should get in your car and drive away.
But see I think that's part of the problem too, is that for Amanda,
Life experience.
right? Amanda's in a different
Farrah's
space.
35.
Yeah. Amanda's
Okay,
in
so
a
5
different
years.
space in her life. Amanda's in a
Yes.
space where her children are young, her marriage is great, life has
She's not married yet.
life has not
Her
effed her
relationship.
over
Right.
yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
The other women are like,
Seasoned veterans
Yeah.
of
Right.
life.
Yeah.
okay, we're great, we're happy for your life, so great, but it ain't always going to be, so shut up, kind of a thing. You know what I mean? And they're just, and I think that is definitely part of the problem. And
I
another
agree.
part of the problem is, Amanda thinks she makes her life happen. She doesn't understand that life happens to you. It's great that you've
But
so
that's
far-
her business. Her
Right.
business is teaching people how to make things, life happen for you.
and I think
And
that that's
listen,
part
who
of, I think
really
that's part of,
believes that.
right. I think that's part of Bose's frustration
Yes.
is that,
Yes, that's all of their frustration.
But what's interesting is that Bose is self-made. Like she says it all the time. Like, so it's interesting. Like,
No, it's
well, I
different.
think
because
it's the
it's
whole,
a different gig.
well, it's a different gig because yeah, it is. Okay.
It's a different gig.
Amanda, like Bo says at the end, Amanda was in a cult and now she's created one. But Amanda has her standard lines. My
Mhm.
life looks good because it is good. It's cultivated, curated, co-created, manifested intentionally. I designed it on purpose. I do this every day. I want to look and feel good.
It's
Are
a
you
script.
kidding me?
It's a
It-
script.
Did you ever
Script.
notice how she
a
always
script.
says curated it? I
Yes.
created it.
It's intentional. Yep.
But meanwhile, she has a fiance that she has children with who she's supposed to be building a life together. But
Right.
the first person
who she emasculates every chance she
references,
can.
Yes.
yeah, I mean, that
Yeah.
speaks volumes.
Yeah. It does speak volumes, and I think that's where the issue lies. I think one is she is in a different part of her life than they all are, all of them. And then she says, "I need to ask a clarifying question. When we were on the bridge, Bose, you saw a mask. Did you say something about that's Amanda?" And Bose said, "I don't think I said that." And Kyle said, "Well, that's what you said." And that's when they go back and forth. It comes down to the fact, like Bose said, it doesn't matter. Like, if you had a problem with something I said, if you're an adult and you're manifesting and co-creating and curating your perfect life, then ask the question in the time. Don't go to Kyle. That's where Bose has the problem.
Right.
If you came straight to me with this question, then we would have had an answer. But you had to go to Kyle and bring Kyle into this.
And I think
That's
that
what
Kyle
Bose has
was
a problem with.
extremely aggressive with Natalie.
Well,
Maybe
very
extremely
aggressive.
aggressive is dramatic. She
No, but
was
she
more
was firm.
aggressive.
She was firm.
She was more aggressive than we've seen her be in the past, though.
She was.
Little to no reason, quite honestly.
Yeah.
She was
I mean, I agree
aggressive.
that Natalie should have spoken up and given the complete context of what happened. But you're right, Wendy. What Bose said is true. If Amanda had a problem, she should have come to me in that moment. None of this,
Right.
nobody would be questioning anything anymore.
Right.
Right.
Kyle was aggressive in a manner of almost like she knew exactly what was said at the bridge
Exactly.
and why. Like
She
maybe
was.
because
I
she's
agree
a
with that.
production or something. Like
I do
was
agree
like
with that.
thinking, like
I guarantee you somebody from production went to
I
her
do agree with
when the
that.
cameras
I do
were
agree with
down
that.
and said, "This is what happened. And you
Right.
need to
I
get
do.
Natalie to admit to it."
to admit to it.
I
Yeah.
100% agree with that
Because
because
I
she
was
was
thinking to
that
myself,
aggressive.
like, you don't know what was said. Like, why are you coming at her
Yeah.
for her
Yeah, because
like
she
sin of
didn't.
omission, which is what it really was.
I mean, she basically told Natalie, "You're lying."
She
And
did.
you know it doesn't
Right,
lie?
but
Cameras. So
right,
how would
No,
she
she
know
did.
that?
how would you? That's what I'm.
You're absolutely right.
No, you were 100% right. And the other thing is that, Kyle said, when Bose said, "You should have just come to me," Kyle's like, "Well, it was chaotic at the time." But Bose is like, "She didn't even have to come to me then. Just come to me later instead of going to you. Just come to the
Right.
source. Don't sidestep it. Come to me." You have
Because
a problem
honestly,
with
it really
me.
was chaotic. They were taking
I
a
mean,
picture.
whether it was or it wasn't, like, the point is, if you have a problem with me, come to me. Don't start
Yeah.
chirping here and chirping there. And I so agree with that. Like,
Yeah.
why did we spend a whole episode talking about a damn mask?
Right.
Why?
Especially if production was just going to go tell Kyle anyway. Tell her
Right.
sooner. Move it along sooner, production.
Yeah. Listen, I was very annoyed with this whole episode. I don't even listen. I think we need to wrap this up, even though
Yeah, we
we've
do.
restarted.
We're over an hour. This is not good.
Dorit walks out. Can we jump to that?
Do you jump to wherever?
Yeah, let's end it.
Yeah, like Dorit. All right, let's go to this. Okay, where did Dorit walk out? Okay. Oh gosh, what was okay? Dorit. Kyle says to Natalie, "You're lying, and you know who doesn't lie is the camera." And Dorit says, "Oh my God, she just can't help it," meaning Kyle, and gets up and walks away. Right?
Yeah.
So then Dorit in her confessional, she has this whole big thing. "It feels like Kyle has lost the ability to be objective. She's going to fiercely defend Amanda," which you agree with this whole thing, with hopes of maybe Amanda will fall in line and be her soldier. I disagree with that, but okay, we'll move forward. Natalie said that that's a very harsh word to say that I lied. I agree. I think it is a harsh word. Rachel said that Kyle looks like she's going to implode, which she did. Kyle said, "Well, you just effing lied, and that's weird to me," talking to Natalie, which again, Kyle doesn't usually get that passionate and doesn't speak that way. She doesn't.
To say you're lying?
She said effing lie.
And how do you know she lied? Like,
That's what
right.
I'm saying.
yeah.
Right. And then Kathy jumps in. This is where Kathy jumps in. So sometimes when we go through certain things, it can take us to an even better place. Am I right? And Jennifer says, "Thank you, Buddha Kathy."
Yeah, that was great.
I was great. I'm here for that. And then Kyle's like, "Well, where did Dorit go?" And we're just like, I don't know. I'm going to go look for her. So she goes off to look for her. Erica's like, "I don't know where Dorit is. I don't know what she's doing. I know that like we're all waiting for her." And you can tell that her and Kyle are very frustrated with always waiting for Dorit. Like if she's going to leave and leave, then say goodbye. Like don't just walk away. I get that. I get that they were pissed about that.
I get that they were pissed, but you could tell by the way Dorit got up and walked away, she was done for the night. Nobody needs to go run after her. I mean, I know it's a show, they want to do that, but she was not coming back. That was it.
Right.
She saw the writing on the wall with Kyle. Kyle was fiercely going to defend Amanda. Clearly,
And so
that's
she
going to
was,
make
"I'm out."
Dorit feel a certain way. She's not coming
And
back.
she's out.
Let it go.
No, I agree.
Let's
Right.
pick it up tomorrow.
So Rachel comes back and she's like, listen, I looked for Dorit. She went to her room. I was like, well, did she go to bed? She's like, well, I mean, she had to make a call and then she was going to the bathroom. So then we see 20 minutes later, love this, Jennifer is in her chapel room praying that we please don't have any more fights tonight. So here for that. Love that.
Mhm.
Then we see Dorit talking to Rachel and Bo, saying she feels like she was in a twilight zone. Kyle feels that she needs to defend something that doesn't need to be defended, referring to Amanda. And Bo said she thinks that Amanda is very cunning. She makes herself a victim in every situation, and therefore, like, she doesn't have I agree with her. She doesn't take any accountability, and she does make herself a victim. I so agree with that.
I don't think
Then
Amanda's cut out for this. She's just
No.
not
No.
cut out for this.
No.
Well, look,
She
like
did not understand the assignment.
No.
like Rachel Zoe said, you can't be the strongest woman in the room and the victim at the same
Right.
time.
At the same time.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. It's true. It's 100% true. Then we
Right.
see Amanda telling Kyle that she appreciates her, that she was there, and she made some points that Amanda couldn't make. And Amanda said, like, I think I made some progress in this group. And I was like,
Girl,
I
no.
don't think you know how to read the room, Amanda.
No.
Like, you have no idea. You made no progress, actually. I think you
No.
backstepped, if that was even possible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right? Was that right?
Yeah.
Then
absolutely.
Bo said Amanda's not clear about her life. She's not honest if she wants to continue this charade letter. She's selling a mindset that she wants to import on others. Okay, this is going to be very controversial. Are you ready? She built a cult. She walked away from one. She built one. That's it. I mean, I don't think she's wrong. I really don't think she's wrong.
I mean, I wouldn't call what she's doing a cult, but it's giving a pyramid scheme vibes for sure.
I don't know
It
about
gives
pyramid
more
scheme.
of that to me than cult.
I mean, I don't think she's bringing in people to bring in other people, which is more of a pyramid scheme.
No,
I
but
think
it's
she's
just
just
like
selling.
a,
I think what she's selling is fraud. I think what she's selling
yeah,
is
like just like
manifestation. I think I think it's cult like. I think what she is doing is training people's minds to believe what she is selling. I know cult
Yeah.
is a strong word. It is a very strong
yeah.
word.
I just feel like
I don't like
I
to
don't
use strong
know.
words. I don't like to use
yeah,
strong
like
words.
cult. When I think of cult, I think of that that podcast that we did on the TikTok
Yeah.
kids. Like to me, that's
I think of Jim Jones. That's what
I think of Charles Manson.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I just don't want to put Amanda in that
Yeah.
kind of category. Do I think it's fraudulent? Probably yes. But, listen, she said she's got happy customers. Who knows? People spend their money on crazy shit, man.
They do.
All right, we're done. So I'm done. I'm toast. I got a migraine,
sure.
people.
All right.
For
Well,
sure.
thank you for watching and listening. There is a migraine,
I got a
and we'll
migraine.
see you
Gotta
next
go.
time. Bye.
Bye.